What's going on, guys? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Jurassic World Legacy Collection, Robert Muldoon. Now, I had not picked this guy up as of yet, but my lovely wife went out for for some time with her girlfriends the other day and surprised me by bringing this guy home for me. I think she knew that I didn't have him in my collection, and there was a Robert Muldoon-sized hole in my heart. So, as you can see, he comes with his little shotgun there. It comes with his hat turned up over his ear, and of course a compy as well to cling to his arm and just bite him up really good. Because I guess we need these in the Legacy collection for some reason. Either way, I'm not going to turn it away. I'm always happy to get a bunch of little crazy monsters that you can clip onto things. So that's pretty cool. I don't know what that statement was about. Anyway, so for those of you looking, here is the UPC for this figure. And there you go. At least in the United States, this is a Target exclusive toy line, the Legacy Collection toy line, where you'll get Dr. Grant, Muldoon, and Ellie Sattler. So if you want these, look there. If you live outside the U.S., I'm not sure what the distribution policy is on these. They may show up somewhere under a different toy line heading, but again, I don't know. And they are $7.99 a piece at Target, so very cool. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, get this guy out of the package, and we're going to check him out right now. Alright guys, so here we have the Robert Muldoon figure. And, I'm obviously partial to it because it's a fellow Robert. But let's see what his merits actually are. He does come with some accessories here. First being this shotgun, which we'll take a quick look at. And it's fine. It's just molded in black plastic. And it's not exceptionally detailed. It's got some details on there. It gets the job done, that's for sure. Nothing really else to talk about here, but you do get that. There is a little bit I want to talk about as far as the figure is concerned with this weapon, but we'll talk about that in just a second. I do want to show off the Compsognathus that is included with this figure. This is the third different mold that you get from these figures. You can see this is the one from Dr. Sattler, and then this is the one from Dr. Grant. So they're similar, but they're definitely not the same. This one's got a elongated tail, it's got his head, mouth open, and things like that. So they definitely give you some variety, and now you can have 3 separate copies kind of in a small group to harass your human characters. So it's nice to have that little bit of just that little variety and kind of a little collection of dinos that you can kind of have just around doing stuff. So here is Muldoon himself, and let's take a quick look at the head sculpt. And this, to me, I would say is probably the weakest of the 3 Legacy figures. Does not really look like Muldoon to me. I mean, there are points at which I'm like, oh yeah, I can see that. But then, I don't know, it loses it pretty quickly. So I don't know exactly what happened here, but it's not really jumping out at me as Muldoon. I mean, he's got the hat at all. He's got the, the shorts. But beyond that, not really that spiffy. He does have some nice articulation, though. So the head is, I think it's on a ball joint, but it's definitely a ball joint, but it is restricted just due to the size of the head and all that, I guess. He does have the hinge and swivel universal shoulders, like so, out. He does have the bend and swivel elbow. He does have the rubbery arms, so he can grip things a little bit better. He does have waist articulation, and you can see on my figure there is a little bit of plastic flash there that I've yet to remove. So maybe I'll actually do that kind of nowish. If I can use these little scissors. I'll have to dig into it a little. Ah, there we go. That's got it. So he had some plastic flash. He does not anymore. So that moves freely. This is hard plastic, so it doesn't bend or anything, but the waist does move freely underneath. And again, I did mention this in the Ellie Sattler review, but my Dr. Grant has a completely stuck torso, and I'm pretty sure that's not how it's meant to be. So I don't know what the deal is there, whether it's paint stuck or whether it got glued accidentally, but unfortunately he does not move at the waist, and I think he's supposed to, but Muldoon does, and he does also kick forward and not really backward, but he can go out to the side a fair amount, and he does have a knee swivel, and of course that knee bend with those super sweet short shorts of his. I'm pretty sure they're shorter than Sattler's. It's awesome. And then of course the the knee-high socks, which is also a plus. Pretty fantastic. So he does come with the shotgun, as we mentioned before, and it can fit in his hand, but there is no real way to actually get this to kind of rest naturally in two hands like you would hold a weapon of this kind. And it just, I don't know, it looks awkward to me, pretty much any way you have it. So I'm not too thrilled about that. I would have liked it. I guess you could kind of hold it like that. Doesn't look too terrible, but it certainly doesn't look great either. And it does not want to stay in that position as well. So you can kind of rest it on his wrist, I guess, and kind of mess with it that way. But overall, that's kind of the biggest disappointment for me in this figure. And overall, I think this is the weakest figure out of the three legacies for many reasons, not the least of which the fact that he can't really hold his weapon in a meaningful way, especially being such an iconic scene from the film where he's like got his gun out, and then he's like lining up his shot, and then woo, guess what, buddy? I'm gonna steal your hat, nom, and then he runs away with his hat. That's exactly what happens in the movie. But anyway, so yeah. Muldoon, overall, not terrible, not a bad figure. It's just definitely the most disappointing out of the three. And we'll do some size comparisons. Here he is, of course, with the Raptor. We just saw that, so we got that going on. And why not? Here he is with a Carnotaurus. We'll go ahead and raise that up. So, he looks good with the dinosaurs. Like, he looks like he belongs in a dinosaur park. With his little gun, he's like, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this guy. Don't worry about it. I got it, everybody. No. No. I'm going to steal your gun. Come on, Carnotaurus. Steal his gun. Alright, whatever. So, yeah, overall, not terrible. It is, come on. It is a Muldoon figure, so for that alone, we give it points. But it's not amazing. So if you want to fill out your collection, go ahead and pick this guy up. If not, you could probably skip him, just get Grant and Sattler, and not really be missing out on too much. So that is going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll have more Jurassic World stuff coming real soon, so stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.